are going over a client's Gold Rush treasure map. This is client number 12. My beloved queen, I wanted to send you this video slash audio to go over your Gold Rush treasure map results. So, for those of you that don't know, the Gold Rush Treasure Map is 111 yes or no questions that are designed to help you identify the gaps, strengths, and golden opportunities in your business strategy. Whether you're just getting started or scaling up, these questions were meant to reveal exactly where you are in your journey and what tools you need to strike gold. So, my beloved queen, I have to tell you that you did fairly well. Out of the 111 questions, you said yes to 55 questions. And though that might sound like it's not a good score, it actually is. The quiz is designed to help you understand areas in your business that need help. And the quiz is also broken down into different sections, areas, little departments is what I like to call them. The first department was in reference to mindset. And you scored really high there. You scored 7 out of 11 points. A few things that you identified that you wanted to work on are clearly writing a 3 to 5 year vision board for your business. That is one of the answers that you said no to. Do you have a clearly written 5 year vision plan for your business? Another thing that we were able to identify is that you need to create consistent daily routines for your productivity. So we'll go over all of your exam results first, and then I'll give you an overview of just a few of my recommendations. Do you guard your time from distractions? That was also a no. Do you spend time daily learning and sharpening skills? No. But where you did do well was that you have a positive mindset because you are aware that you can create financial freedom in your life. For that, you said yes. Do you believe you can achieve growth in your business with clear vision? You said yes. Do you set written business and personal goals each year? That was a yes. Do you review your goals daily, weekly, and monthly? Yes. Do you break big goals into measurable monthly, weekly, daily targets? Yes. So this is great. And also, you said you do track your progress against your goals consistently. And you also said that you do have a coach, a mentor, or an accountability system, which is incredible. Now, the next section was in reference to your prospecting tools. Like, how are you, do you have the skills and the resources to strike gold? There were some areas that you were able to identify that need attention. Let's focus on the positives first. You do have a CRM or a system for managing your leads. You do invest in training, coaching, and courses. You do set weekly targets for calls, meetings, and appointments. You do use technology to automate repetitive tasks. That is incredible. Some of the things that you were able to identify here that you want that need attention is potentially using scripts or framework for sales conversions, coming up with a consistent follow-up process for leads, actively role playing or practicing these sales scenarios, blocking out time daily for prospecting, using calendar systems to manage time, and having a business budget and tracking expenses. Those are some of the areas that you identified that need some attention in your business. The next section of your quiz was claiming your territory. It means, have you staked your claim in your marketplace? As industry specific for us as a real estate professional, this is like literally in the marketplace, like in our market, in our city, in our state. But when we're thinking about the bigger picture and we're thinking about, global, world reach, national, we're talking about the marketplace, like the marketplace as a whole. Even though you are, in this specific case, client number 12, crew member number 12, you are in the real estate industry. So when we're talking about claiming the market, I'll definitely want you to think about your market, but I want you to think about your market as the marketplace and its digital presence on a global level. So, in this section, you scored really high. You scored 8 out of 11 points. You did mention you were able to identify that you do have a personal brand identity. Uh, you do have a niche and a unique market position. You do have a professional bio that can quickly be shared. You do stand out from your competitors in your area industry, and you do stand out in your network. People instantly know what you do. You were able to identify that you do use storytelling to connect your brand to your clients, and you do intentionally build trust before asking for business. Areas to work on in this section, which was claiming your territory, is learning how to clearly communicate who you are, who you help, and how you help them. That was one of the questions you said no to. So, one good potential thing to think about is giving consideration and exploring and thinking about who you are, who you help, and how you help them. Consider maybe writing that out, and it helps bring clarity when you are posting and marketing, because it lets you know which, not necessarily which audience you're speaking to, but you want your audience to know who you are and who they're hearing from, right? Another area in that same section that you were able to identify that can use a little more attention is showing up in your local market, right? And showing up for us is networking, throwing community events, doing something in our neighborhoods, so many different ideas. And your elevator pitch. If you knew who you are, who you help, and how you help them, you would easily be able to come up with a clear elevator pitch. So, what I love about this section is that once you work on one, the other one will knock itself out. So, that's going to be exciting. The next section is claiming your digital real estate through your online presence. So your digital real estate is the land you own in the online world. Just like property, it needs to be claimed, developed, and maintained if you want it to grow in value. If you are renting space on someone else's platform, your visibility is at risk. This section will uncover if you've staked your claim and built your foundation online. Now, let me clarify what rented space means here, right? When you claim your digital presence online, it is very important for you to own the space that you are claiming. For example, a domain name, right? You owned a domain name, you bought it through a domain host, and you can use that domain name to create anything nowadays, a website, landing pages, your hosting. So that those are the types of digital real estate that you own: domain names, websites. Now, digital, what it's saying here about rented space on someone else's platform is spaces like this: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You are on someone else's platform renting space. You are sharing your experience or your influence on a shared platform. So when you own your digital real estate and you can claim it, that has more value than when you're using platforms that can disappear overnight for any reason with no explanation. So this area is really extensive. This has 19 questions. And out of the 19 questions, you scored 9 out of 19. And again, that might seem like it's half and not good, but please see the other side of it. That means that 10 of these things you have taken care of already. And the 9 that need attention, like the way that this is built, like when you do one, it offsets the other, and then it offsets the other. So maybe out of the 9 that are missing, if you work on 3 or 4, it's going to help you claim all 19 points. Right. So, and then it's progressive, right? There's different sections in the quiz, and you want to figure out which sections you want to focus on first, and then address each item in those sections, or address the items in those sections that are going to move the needle the most. So for example, digital real estate, we have here claiming your online presence, 9 out of the 19 points. So you do own your personal brand domain name. You do have your Google business profile set up. If someone Googled you, they would find accurate information. You do post consistently on at least one platform. You do currently use video or live streaming. You do respond quickly to DMs, messages, and comments. You do showcase reviews and testimonials. You do monitor and manage your online reputation. That's incredible. Some of the areas that you were able to highlight that needed attention were the professional website or landing page. So think about it. It's one thing to own the domain name, but then what do you do with it, right? So though client number 12 is responding that she does have a business domain name, she's also saying on the next question that that is not tied to a professional website or landing page. So this is really important, because what happens sometimes for us in business is that we take the first step and then we don't take the next step. So again, this is good news, because once we knock one thing out, other things are going to fall in place. This is incredible. Client number 12 said no to having an email list. And there's good news there too, because you have people's emails, right? So now we just have to put it together and turn it into a list. Are your brand elements consistent across all platforms? No, but again, that's something that can be, the beautiful part about that is you fix it once and you leave it, right? Because that's just has to do with profile pictures and banners, right? And you're fixing that once a year or twice a year and you leave it. So another area you highlighted that needed attention was claiming your profile on all relevant platforms, needing to learn how to use searchable keywords and hashtags that align with your brand, needing to have a system to drive people from social media to your email list. That is the part that a lot of entrepreneurs, sales professionals, small business owners are missing, that they do not, they, I'm going to say we, because we are all small business professionals that are always looking and seeking improvement. Most of us do not have a system that drives people from our social media to an email list or a private owned community, or such as a Discord. So like here you think your private owned community is your private Facebook group. No, you don't own Facebook, right? So you have to be able to take people off of the rented shared space platform, aka social media, and bring them into a privately owned community, like an email list or a private server like Discord. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Discord. WhatsApp is not a private server, like that can disappear. Discord, I would think, could disappear too, but from my understanding, private servers, there's technology in there that I need to get familiarized with, but I do know that it's really important. The information and the data is really important. And a private community, think about it. I know that this sounds crazy, but when we're talking about you owning the information, that is you, that is even you writing it on an Excel sheet. You own the Excel sheet. If you write it in a notebook, you own the notebook. This is what we mean by owning the information. So where is all of this information housed that it's yours and you can have it? Now, though we want to explore digital and virtual platforms and put these things online, where are we putting this online where we have less chances of losing it? Less chances of losing it is when we own the platform. So continuing to learn what that means is point taken for all of us. All right. Do you have a posting content calendar? No. Do you touch your network digitally 30 plus times a year? You identified that's something you need to work on. Do you repurpose content across platforms? No. Do you ask clients for reviews regularly? No. But again, just something that can be worked on very easily. All right, the next section is balancing the scales. Are you keeping accurate records, protecting your profits, and building a solid financial foundation for long-term wealth? I'm going to tell you right now that every one of us needs to work on this. Every single one of us. Most of my coaching clients score low here, but once you have better understanding of your business plan, targets, goals, effort needed to accomplish your goals, you'll have more of a handle on building the financial foundation for the long-term wealth. So, positives, you have legally established your business, LLC, S Corp. You have maintained all required licenses, permits, and registrations for your industry. You do review your balance sheet at least once a year. You do work with the CPA, bookkeeper, or accountant. And areas that you said you want to work on are keeping business and personal finances completely separate, maintaining a P&L monthly and quarterly, reconciling bank accounts monthly, tracking income and expenses in a bookkeeping system, whether manual or digital, setting aside money for taxes, setting financial targets beyond just making sales, regularly measuring profits to ensure business is sustainable, regularly reviewing your business expenses to eliminate unnecessary costs. And you also said you want to work on investing in your business insurance to protect your assets. Next section is client and database. This is 18 questions. You scored 7 out of 18. Client database is a tricky one. Though it is something that every sales professional should have, it is the one thing that most do not have, nor if they have it. Most sales professionals do not have client and database management. The ones that are using CRMs or something similar to manage their clients and databases are not using it effectively. Okay, effectively. Every one of us can benefit from improvement in this area. Even if you have all your clients in a database, are you connecting with them on a regular basis? And if you are those touches, because they're called touches, are those touches automated? Are they repetitious? Are they the same? Is if you have 10 clients who you closed, are they seeing the same post-sale experience? Are they all experiencing the same thing automatically, automation by repetition? And the answer mostly is no. Also, working on our client relationship management systems on a weekly basis is another area that we need to identify to work on. Do you have scheduled time each week to connect with clients, past clients, and friends? No, the answer was no. But when you implement systems, that helps with that. So because this area is so expansive, like I said, it's 18 questions and you scored 7 out of 18. This is one that we would probably sit and go over, like each one, because this is really important. Your customer, this is this is a make it or break it, this client relationship management system. It really is. I I would love to invite you to come into the coaching program, because when we're done with this assessment, what you're going to realize is that there's a few things you can focus on in here and really, really make an incredible improvement on your business. But when you work on these things in a group environment with like-minded individuals, then you get to collaborate and hear their experiences and they can hear your experiences. The interesting thing about this assessment is that we all have similar business problems, which helps us have better understanding to help each other. But because we all have similar business problems, it's really important for you to identify individually what you need to work on in your business. Because there's certain things that you know are going to move the needle more than others. So though we're doing this all in a group environment, you having the results of this assessment for yourself really helps you identify what you need to work on, to not get lost in the group environment. So let's go into the next section and see. Panning for gold. All right. So this is what this looks like. How do we sift through the dirt to find the gold nuggets? Here you scored really high. You scored 7 out of 7. So this has to do with understanding client needs. You said yes. Are you able to identify decision makers early in the process? You said yes. Do you know your client's desired budget? Yes, that's great that you asked that question. Do you qualify prospects before investing significant amount of time? Yes. Do you assess clients' timeline and motivation early in the process? Yes. Tracking conversion rates between leads and clients? Yes. Focusing on problem solving before selling? Yes, this is incredible. And the last, let me see, I think there's two more. Yeah, two more sections of the test. Are you making offers and negotiating deals with confidence? You scored 8 out of 8 on there. And the refinery and expansion expedition. This is for you to be able to take all of this and turn it into long-term wealth and long-term legacy. Here, we didn't score high, but that's expected because if in the other sections there's pieces missing, then you are 100% aware that you do not have all the pieces that you need to build long-term wealth. So it makes sense that you scored 1 out of 14 here. Okay, because this is now long-term legacy. When you own the gold mine and you've learned how to turn these raw nuggets into bars, gold bars. So again, this is another section where I would invite you to come into the Gold Rush coaching community, because this is what's going to build your long-term legacy, and this is where we need support and community. So this is the first time that I've done feedback like this. Really excited. I was going over your assessment and I was clicking around on the responses, and I just didn't know that I can submit a video response and considered feed. Okay, so when I'm looking at your responses, it lets me provide you feedback. When I click on feedback, there is a feature there for me to put a video link. So I am assuming that I can record feedback on YouTube like I am right now and take that link and add this to your responses on the Google form, and I believe it's going to send this to you. I'm not sure. I don't know. We're about to test this out. So again, even though this is crew member number 12, Queen, you are client number 12 on the Google form, please don't take that disrespectfully. It is more out of anonymity. One day when you give me permission, I will put your name on the title of or the video file. But for now, thank you for the opportunity to do this with you. Thank you so much for taking the 111 yes or no question quiz, also known as the Gold Rush Treasure Map. I hope that you appreciate this feedback. I hope it helps. And like I said, I would love to formally invite you to come into Gold Rush Coaching Community with us. And I will provide the link for you somewhere in there if you decide you want to join me. If you want a complimentary one-on-one and you want to go over this, go ahead and reach out to me. I'm always available to chat. And thank you so much. We'll talk soon. My name is Michelle Higbaro. I am the training director at Realty One Group Integrity out of Southern Arizona. I am a certified business coach, certified with Realty One Group through One University, and also certified through Grant Cardone. I am one of his 10X business coaches. If you are a small business owner and are looking for business coaching, please feel free to reach out to me. If you would like to take this 111 question assessment to see how your business does, also please feel free to reach out to me. You'll see the link below. And thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and talk to you soon.